Shalom, family. Had myself on mute. I had myself on mute. I was not talking, but a story just came out about an hour ago, and I wanted to talk about this where Biden is giving Ukraine another $800 million. You know, we were just all talking about probably many of the channels that are part of the new black media. We were just talking about this. We've been talking about this actually the entire time since Putin invaded the country on the 22nd of February, the same day that Pluto returned, right? And this morning I actually went out to see exactly where Pluto is over the country. And Pluto and Charon, the moon that's part of Pluto, both of them are over the country. So, I mean, am I surprised? No. But see, this is the same Joe Biden that think he should be getting the black vote during the midterms. See, the midterms are coming up in November, and they are pouring $30 million into advertisement geared towards the black community, black voters, right? And it's amazing they got money for that. Why don't you just take the 30 million and split it up for reparations? Take that 800 million that you're committing, and that could have been given to us. But these folks would die and be cold and dead in their grave before they give us a dime. But these non-citizens of this country, non-citizens, non-contributor of America, did not put in the work here, didn't do nothing. You know what the Ukrainians have done? They're white. They just have to be white. That's it. That's the only requirement you need to get money poured on you. That's it. So Joe Biden today just committed another $800 million in aid, while we got homelessness going through the roof. We got people that never ever in their lives been homeless, but they are homeless now. We got the elderly, we got black women, we got inflation. You know, the funny part is I was looking at different laundry detergent and everything. The laundry detergent that I normally use, it's about nearly $3 more for the same gallon that I used to get before. And if you go in your dollar stores, ladies and gentlemen, everything is no longer a dollar, it's $1.25. And I'm sure you all noticed that. Things are no longer a dollar when you go into Dollar General, or if you go into Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, everything's $1.25 now. And Americans are struggling bad. And they already said the inflation is only going to get worse. It got worse between February and March. The numbers just came out. And we got people that are saying, I can't even afford to have my place anymore because rent has gone up 33% across America. That is really significant because we have a lot of renters in our community. So it is going to impact us. Who you may think in your family is out there fine, they may not be fine at all. They just don't want to tell you. And folks are going to have to take in family members or they're going to be out on the streets. And it's just crime is going through the roof, and it will, as long as the inflation persists and people feel like they'll either sink or swim. Many people that never considered committing crimes will start committing crimes. And yes, crime is off the charts in America. And the inflation has a lot to do with it. If people feel like they're not going to make it, that's what they're going to do. And if you look online, gasoline theft is off the charts in America. People are stealing gas left and right. They can't afford these prices. If you are making low income, how are you going to afford to go back and forth to work? You already don't have enough to make ends meet. Now they're jacking up the food and the gas prices, and your rent is up. A lot of these people that, some of y'all are saying, oh, well, they shouldn't live beyond their means. But these folks weren't living beyond their means before all of this happened. The places they had, they could afford. It's just that now, since the lockdown, and now, with the inflation and the pandemic is still not over, and now you got this war. Now they just can't afford what they could afford a few years ago. So I understand where y'all saying you don't live beyond your means, but these folks really weren't. The places they had, they could afford at that time. They weren't living beyond their means. That's why when you read the stories, they said, look, it wasn't until the lockdown and I lost my job, or my hours got cut. Now I can't afford my rent. They were never living beyond their means. So America is loaded down in problems, and they're just adding to the problem. And now you got this Janet Yellen talking about the economy is getting bad. Well, okay, if the economy is getting bad, why are y'all forking over all of this damn money? Why? You know how many people could use that money? And see, and the thing is, y'all, this thing with the eviction moratorium is this government's fault. Number one, they never told everybody about the money they could get to cover their back rent. A lot of people in this country did not even know about it. They didn't do enough to make the population aware of it. And then when they set up the program, they left all kinds of loopholes where the landlord can take the money and throw the person out. And that's why you're seeing so many stories of that. The person applied for assistance, got the assistant, the landlord got paid and threw them out anyway. And that's because of the loopholes they had in the bill. So, what's going on with homelessness in America is your politicians' fault. They are 100% at fault for the homelessness that's going on out here. They did this. You can't be in charge, but you don't want to take the blame when things go wrong. And we got a lot of people in this country that think that they'll gladly take the pat on the back. But as soon as things go wrong, they want to run and or look the other way or act like they're not responsible for it. Oh no, honey, you're the captain. You go down with the ship, whether you like it or not. All right, y'all. Let's get to the story. Let's get to the story. Let me just take care of something first, and then I will share my screen. Okay. All right, y'all, get the likes up. Get the likes up, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Please give me a 1. Okay. I'm going to stop for 1 second. I just got to. Let's see. Slides. My video file. Let me see something here. Yeah, no slides. Your computer. Load. All right. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Let's get to the story. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this just came out today. And I guess nobody should be surprised. I mean, America is like Santa Claus to Ukraine right now. They can't give enough gifts. They can't do enough, and it is just nothing beyond outrageous of what we're looking at. America don't even give to their own citizens like they have been giving to Ukraine. So Biden commits another 800 million in assistance during 1 hour call with Zelensky. So he had a 1 hour call with him today, and he pledged another $800 million. It seems like every time he talks to this man, he's just forking over money. President Joe Biden spoke by phone with Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky for almost an hour Wednesday, one day after Zelensky praised Biden for accusing Russian President Vladimir Putin of genocide. Biden said in a statement that he has authorized additional 800 million in security assistance to Ukraine, including weapons and ammunition. Remember, they're running out of weapons and ammunition. How do you win a war without those things? But according to the mainstream news here, they are kicking butt over there. And these folks are telling you they don't even have enough ammunition and weapons, the kind of weapons that they need. The Ukrainian military has used the weapons we are providing to devastating effect as Russia prepares to intensify its attack. Now, Russia is moving to the east part of the country, and they're getting ready to attack on that side of the country of Ukraine. So the United States will continue to provide Ukraine with the capabilities to defend itself. Zelensky tweeted about their conversation, saying continued constant dialogue with the president of the United States, assessed Russian war crimes, discussed additional package of defensive and possible micro financial aid, agreed to enhance sanctions. Also, Wednesday, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen warned that China and other nations declining to sanctions Russia could face future economic fallout for failing to help in Russia's hideous war in Ukraine. So they're threatening economic sanctions on China and other countries that are pretty much siding with Russia. That's what she's saying. US being the bullies that they always are, you can't decide for yourself. They want to decide for you. All right. So he's already committed this money. So, from what I understand, it's for ammunition, more aid for security, and monetary and humanitarian aid. All right. So it's for pretty much for the same things that it was before. So they're going to try to get them the military equipment that they don't have at all over there in Ukraine. I mean, this is just outrageous. But as soon as you say the word reparations, nobody can do nothing. Nobody got money. Nobody, oh no, we can't give you reparations and blah, blah, blah. And they get all up in arms. You notice nobody is questioning Joe Biden about all this money he's forking over. Nobody's quite, but when you say reparations, oh, we can't give you. And if we give you, what y'all gonna do with the money? You know how they love asking that? You notice they're not asking any of those questions now? And they're slipping in all of these Ukrainian people from the US Mexico border. They're slipping all these people in. If you haven't seen them, you will see them soon. You'll probably be out and about one day in your community and you'll see these people. They because people are starting to say they're spotting them around where they live. People are seeing them already. So you got the 100 million that they're going to fly over here, and you got the ones slipping in through the border that America is telling Mexico to relax the rules and let them just come on in. They sure didn't relax the rules for the Haitians, did they? Oh no, they didn't want them. They were very vocal about not wanting them. They wanted them people to hell up on out of here. They flew some of them back home. They ran them out of here. Okay, nobody's on horseback. Nobody's grabbing on them and whipping on them. They're just peacefully walking across the border. That's what they're doing. And nobody is complaining about the high number of Ukrainians coming across the border. You notice that? No, nobody's complaining. And I did a story just a week ago. 3,000 of them showed up in Mexico and went to the border. And if you think that number is not going to increase every single week, it will. It will. Trust me. They sure got a lot to give in America, don't they? But if they had to do one thing for us right now, they would have a huge problem. Y'all remember how Mitch McConnell was bitching about the unemployment, bitch about the stimulus. He bitched so much that one of the stimulus payments was only $600. He moaned and groaned. He didn't want to give that money up. You act like we were taking the money out of his pocket. That's our taxpayer money. And he moaned and groaned. And I think it was December of 2020, they reduced the payment down. I think it was what, 1,400. They took it all the way down to $600 because he bitched and moaned and complained. And oh, you're not going to go back to work if we keep giving you this money. And you remember all the Republican governors, oh, we're going to cut the unemployment off. We're going to cut you off. You got to go back to work. We're going to cut you off. Oh, they had everything to say. They were in the media moaning and groaning every day. But you notice none of those same red state governors are saying a word now. You notice Mitch McConnell don't have nothing to say. So as long as the money is not coming to us, they cool. They cool. Okay, they are fine with the whole thing. Well, yeah, Josiah Ben Yehuda, that was for the supplemental unemployment, that $300. Yes, it was $600 in the beginning. And then it was reduced down to 300. And then they took the stimulus and they reduced that down to 600. What? And everybody was saying, what the hell are we supposed to do with $600? Not enough. That is not even enough money for anything. And then in the meantime, you had other nations that was giving their citizens money every month during the lockdown. They were giving their citizens money every month. And that's exactly what should have been done here. And see, this country let people like Mitch McConnell and all of these Republican governors get away with that. get away with complaining when they have to do for American citizens, but they all remain silent when things are done for Ukraine. That should irritate everybody. It really should, you know? But it just goes to show you that as long as the folks look like them, the country of the people look like them, they can't do enough. They can't do enough. And see, they're so evil here. If unemployment is given and they think we're the ones that are benefiting, oh, them N-words are getting the money and buying drugs and alcohol. We weren't doing that with our money. But see, they get on that mess and get the lies kicked up. And then next thing you know, they're trying to cut you off from stuff. That's what they do to citizens in this country. They will cut your ass off in a minute and act like they done did something for you. The whole time during the lockdown, did you hear them say, you know what? The American people, many are not working, they're stuck at home. We're going to pledge another $1 billion to help the American people. We're going to pledge another 800 million. We're going to pledge 13.6 billion to help the American people. Or we're going to pour another billion in here for the you did you hear them do that? Okay, they haven't done. It's like a week don't go by where Joe Biden is not giving more money multiple times in 1 week. It is just unbelievable. And this is why those of you that vote, because we can tell you not to vote, not to vote. Some of y'all are going to vote. We know that you're hell bent on going out there and voting for people that do absolutely nothing for you. They do nothing, right? So, how you doing, True Royal? And the thing is, everybody is okay with this. It's amazing how silent American people are right now. But these are the same people that do nothing for you and watch the citizens fall into homelessness in this country. And they will overlook it, ignore it, act like it's not there, and just keep right on going. But they want your vote for the midterms. You would have to be a fool. How you doing, Big Judah? Shalom. You would have to be a fool to pull any lever in a voting booth for these folks at this point in time. But you know how some of our diehards are. They believe, something tragic is going to happen if they don't go and vote. If they don't go and vote, it is just heart stopping for them. Oh, what are you talking about? I have to vote. But what are you voting for? They're not doing anything for you. Josiah Ben Yehuda, thank you so much for the super sticker. They're not doing anything. And I mean, we should be sick and tired of Joe Biden giving the money away. I guess apparently America got a bottomless pit wallet that we just didn't know about. We didn't know about this bottomless pit wallet until Ukraine came along. Now we know they got a bottomless pit wallet. It's unbelievable. But this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing with taxpayer money that you worked your behind off for. This is what they're doing. And the people that are benefiting from this money don't even live here. Go figure. So, they're not just giving their money away, they're giving our money away. They're giving our money away that we have worked for. And look at what we get in return. We get lousy policing, lousy education, Okay, and we get absolutely nothing for all the money that we pay into this system. We get nothing. And they're giving the moon and stars to these folks overseas. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to keep you long. I just wanted to bring to your attention this new story that broke just moments before I came on here. Yeah, and you're right. Um, Trenny, to the bone. You're right. What about the student loan payments? People can't even, find good paying jobs, but they owe for student loans. He won't even forgive the student loans, but he's like shoveling the money over there to Ukraine. Thank you, V. Hannah, for the super chat. Thank you so much. Hmm. So, y'all, please enjoy the rest of your day. I mean, this really gets me hot under the collar for real. And I know it does for you too. But yeah, I mean, we're going to, continue to speak out when we see these sort of things happen. Thank you, Iron Rose, for the super sticker. So, wherever you are, please stay safe and may the Most High keep the strongest hedge of protection around you always. Shalom, family.